Welcome to the Kiwi Odyssey channel. Cat's log. Sea date 18th to the 26th of January 2025, and we are in Castro, Chile. And this is a very interesting place. One thing here that is a UNESCO site is the Church of San Francisco. It's a fully wooden church, but we didn't get to go inside, unfortunately. They have a lot of old engines and engine parts around. They reminded me a lot of when I lived in Fielding, because I had friends that used to restore the steam engines. We also saw these beautiful wooden ships, which I know my father-in-law would absolutely love. And as we were walking along to find what we were looking for, we found some beautiful coloured buildings and some really cool carved wood that they had standing along the walkway as we walked along. What we are actually looking for is what Castro is famous for. It's the palafitos. And these are traditional wooden houses built on stilts over the water. Now, unfortunately, while we were there, the water was not in, so they were still built on stilts over the mud. But anyway, it was still really cool to see, and I just love the way they use colours. It's really neat. We were only in Castro for the day, so there's only a certain amount of exploring we can do in one day. But that evening, as we were at dinner, this happened.
Yep, exactly.
Wow.
Look at it go.
As we're sitting and eating dinner, just hanging out near us.
There's two of them, right?
I thought so, but the other one's missing. Yeah, there is. He's just swimming under the water beside her.
Wow. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, there's definitely two.
And this is what life is about, man.
That's pretty cool.
Sorry to intrude your dinner.
Oh, no, thank you. Oh, they're coming over. Closer.
They're coming to say hi.
These guys were just so cute. They are black and white, and they're called the Chilean dolphin. Now, as we weave our way down the side of Chile, we get to go through to the Chilean fjords. And I have to say, these have to be some of the most spectacular scenery that I have seen so far on our journey. Obviously, New Zealand is also spectacular scenery, but we will not be there until February of 2026, and this is our world cruise. So, Captain Val took us in and out and around about all through the Chilean fjords. It looked like we were totally inland, and we went past this little town, Puerto Cisnes. Wouldn't mind going there sometime. It looks like a really cool place to go. But as we were travelling along, we saw these things swimming in the water, and we couldn't quite work it out. Maybe they're ducks, but they're actually Magellanic penguins. So this was our first proper look at penguins. It was really cool. As you can see, while the weather was quite rough out in the open ocean, we were travelling on this very beautiful, very flat water, and we saw some amazing waterfalls, which I guess with a smaller ship and being able to travel into more remote places is part of the appeal of being on this beautiful Odyssey. But here we have our very first ever sighting of a glacier. This is called the Sino Glacier, and oh my gosh, this was a wondrous sight. The deep, deep blue of the ice is just crazy, and we got to get really close. It was something that was just so memorable for so many of us. And as we came closer to the glacier, there was ice in the water, and the captain explained how we had to be careful not to hit the ice, which, you know, that's always good. I had just missed the carving of that glacier, but I caught the little end of it falling down. I put Google Maps on the terrain view so you could see how large the glacier was and how close we got to it. Pretty amazing. And then we were sailing away from this beautiful place, and I did manage to get a few cool photos. And just what a great experience to spend with some very special friends. One thing I can say about having been on the ship now for 6 months, even though you guys are still in Chile, I am not. Currently I'm sitting in Barbados while I'm recording this. The amazing people on the ship are totally what's making it way worthwhile. And the next day we're at another glacier. It's the Skua Glacier in the Amalia Fjords, and again, so pretty. There's a lot more ice in the water here too. This one was really cool because it totally just looked like it was a river flowing, and then all of a sudden it was frozen, and it's right there and it's come right down to the water. They're just so pretty. So then it was on to a third glacier, and once again, just like a flowing river that stops mid-stream with ice. But this one didn't make it all the way to the ocean, which was interesting. But while we were going to this one, we saw the most amazing waterfalls.
And the beauty of that, I mean, it's a simple fact that I get everybody.
And then it is on to Punta Arenas on the 24th of January 2025. I actually found this place really lovely. Punta Arenas is a city near the tip of Chile's southernmost Patagonian region, and it's located on the Strait of Magellan, so we're as far south of Chile as we can go. So we did a free walking tour here, and there was a guy called Camilo that also joined the group, but he was a local, and he was actually joined us so that he could practice his English, which was very cool. We found the people here to be so lovely and friendly. And I found Auckland. On this fountain we have Auckland. How cool. And this is probably where I should let you know that I've decided to add music to my videos, because then I don't have to talk all the way through them. Hopefully I'll be able to get them out quicker and not be so far behind. And you'll get to enjoy the photos instead of listening to me rambling. This monument is to the crew of the anchored schooner, and it's in commemoration of the taking of possession of the Strait of Magellan. Now here's something different. We did a walking tour of the cemetery in Punta Arenas, and they have some amazing crypts, lots of very large, well-rounded trees. And this guy was a native who was buried here in 1930, and people believe that he has magical powers, and so if they leave gifts, the things they ask for come true. So then they come back and leave a plaque to say thank you. But another thing that happens here is they put the time of death on their headstones also. I have never had a tour of a cemetery before, but this was a really beautiful one to have a tour in. The stories were great, so I recommend doing that if you come to Punta Arenas. And on our way back, they were doing a crew drill. The next day we had a wander around town, and I found this map of a view from Antarctica out. So you can see how close Punta Arenas is to Antarctica, and that's how close New Zealand and Tasmania are to Antarctica. Here we'd gone for a walk and we're up quite high, and we are outside of a church, and they have these gorgeous tiled pictures that were worth taking photos of. And on our way back to the ship, we found the British school, and it happens to be the southernmost IB school in the world. And that is goodbye from Chile, and we're off to Ushuaia in Argentina. See you there.